Hey travelers! Are you ready to meet the newest Cryo Powerhouse in Genshin Impact? Say hello to Citlali, the frost-wielding queen who's here to shake up your team comps with her elemental mastery and Nightsoul mechanics. In this video, we'll break down her skills, talents, constellations, and why she might be the perfect addition to your party. Let's dive in. Elemental skill. First up, let's talk about Citlali's elemental skill. This ability is a game changer. When you activate it, Citlali deals AoE Cryo DMG, summons Ispapa, and creates a shield that scales with her elemental mastery. Here's where it gets even more interesting. She enters the Nightsoul Blessing state, gaining 24 Nightsoul points. Once you rack up 50 Nightsoul points, Ispapa transforms into the White Flint state, unleashing continuous AoE Cryo DMG with about 6 hits. But keep an eye on that Nightsoul meter. Ispapa consumes 8 points per second in White Flint, and when it runs out, he disappears. Managing your Nightsoul is key. Now let's check out her Elemental Burst. It's an AoE Cryo nuke that also restores 24 Nightsoul points. But that's not all. She summons exploding spirits that target up to 3 nearby enemies. These spirits detonate after a short delay, dealing Cryo DMG and restoring 3 Nightsoul points per explosion. This makes her burst not only a great offensive tool, but also a way to recharge her Nightsoul meter. Passive talents. Moving on to her passive talents, Citlali has some insane utility. Talent 1. When you trigger Freeze or Melt, enemies lose 20% Hydro or Pyro resistance for 8 seconds. Plus, Citlali gains 16 Nightsoul points. It's a perfect fit for reaction-heavy teams. Talent 2. This boosts the damage of her elemental skill and burst based on her EM, while restoring 4 Nightsoul points whenever allies trigger Nightsoul Burst. Talent 3. This one's fun. It gives her an enhanced jump, just hold space, and Citlali can leap into the air and even ride Ispapa to glide across the battlefield. Imagine the exploration potential. Constellations. Now let's talk constellations. If you're looking to invest in Citlali, here's what you can expect. C1. Grants a 10-stack buff, like Icy Quill, boosting DMG by 200% of her EM. Plus, triggering Freeze or Melt adds 3 more stacks every 8 seconds. C2. Boosts EM by 125 for Citlali and 250 for shielded allies, while increasing her resistance shredding power to nice 40% Pyro and Hydro res. C4. This summons an extra spirit when using her skill, dealing Cryo DMG equal to 1600% of her EM. And it restores 16 Nightsoul points every 8 seconds. C6. This is the ultimate. Ispapa stays in White Flint state, even if Nightsoul runs out, consuming all Nightsoul points to buff Pyro, Hydro, and Cryo DMG for your whole team. The buff scales with the points consumed. Star 1.5% DMG increase per Nightsoul, up to a whopping 60% boost. So how does Citlali fit into your team? She thrives in freeze or melt-focused teams, thanks to her resistance shredding abilities and EM scaling. Pair her with characters like Ayaka, Mona, or Xiangling to trigger devastating reactions. Her White Flint state and exploding spirits make her an amazing Cryo sub-DPS, while her shield and Nightsoul management add versatility to her kit. That's everything you need to know about Citlali, the Icy Innovator. Whether you're planning to pull for her or just dreaming about those high damage numbers, she's bound to bring some serious frost to your roster. If you found this guide helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more Genshin Impact content. Who's on your wishlist for the next banner? Let me know in the comments below. Until next time, keep exploring, travelers.